Hello and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. I am Jitch and you are watching Friday Night SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighs 245 pounds, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
We're going to kick things off pretty big here tonight because we have been told that at Hell in a Cell weekend, there will be double duty for the Big Show. He will be defending his World Tag Team Championship on either SmackDown or Hell in a Cell, and he'll be defending his Intercontinental Championship 2 days later. You know, vice versa. Whichever one it ends up being. He'll be defending them both 2 days apart from each other. So it's going to be a busy weekend for Big Show, and we'll find out tonight who he'll be facing for the Intercontinental Championship, as Randy Orton kicks things off tonight against Sheamus. I said before how both of these two had their sights set on becoming Intercontinental Champion. Neither one of them have in the past. Two men who have almost as good a win record as the Big Show. Two men in the 60s. Big Show, I believe, just passed 70 victories in his career. He is currently the most successful guy to set foot in a ring here in this universe. But these two are, I'd definitely say, pretty good follow-ups to the Big Show's immense success. Any minute now. Yeah, there's really not that much. It's literally like, it's just Sheamus. I don't know what the problem is.
Approaching the ring from Dublin, Ireland, weighing 272 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
So here he comes, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. I don't believe he's ever really set his sights on the Intercontinental Championship before, to my knowledge. This is, I think, a career first for Sheamus, but it's not even entirely about the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, for both of these men, it is a championship they've never held. Big Show is one of the most untouchable forces on the SmackDown roster. But above all else, you know, this is about that. This is about trying to beat Big Show, not necessarily about winning the well, it's about both. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Look, yeah. Now you may be wondering, what about the World Tag Team Championship? Well, in regards to that Tag Team Championship, believe it or not, rumor has it that Bret Hart has actually said he doesn't want to face CM Punk in a rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship, at least not at Hell in a Cell. He feels that this match type doesn't really fit these guys. In fact, Bret Hart has been quite the advocate that should Randy Orton not be the contender for the Intercontinental Championship, Bret Hart still advocates that Randy Orton get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. He says, you know, take a look back at what happened at SummerSlam and Randy losing to Triple H. It was an unfortunate ending. A lot of people weren't too pleased with that ending, understandably, and people feel that, you know, the question really remains on what would have happened if it was Triple H banned from the World Heavyweight Championship instead of Randy Orton. Bret Hart is really pushing for this. He's saying, you know, if I was facing Randy at Night of Champions, there's no telling, I may have never left the Night of Champions with the championship, and from that moment onwards, I may not have lost it to CM Punk. It could have been Randy Orton holding that championship, and he could have beaten CM Punk like he's done so many times in the past. So Bret really advocating for a potential World Heavyweight Championship match with Randy Orton. I mean, obviously coming off the back of a loss to contend for the Intercontinental Championship wouldn't exactly do Randy many favors, but I'm sure he wouldn't pass up that if Bret could somehow pull the strings and make that happen. The interesting thing about these two is that regardless of who comes out the winner here tonight, I feel like the loser is still very much a top contender for the World Heavyweight Championship as well. It's just that they've both set their sights on trying to beat the unstoppable Big Show. As I said many times before, is the first man to pass 70 victories in his career. An absolutely humongous accomplishment. And here tonight, Big Show looks to continue to increase that record with a victory over the former World Heavyweight Champion, Bret Hart. Bret has, by the way, I never really finished my point here. Bret has said that perhaps he and Edge could go for the World Tag Team Championships. That could be a dream come true for the both of them to get the team up and win the tag team titles together. So Bret Hart contemplating the idea of teaming up with Edge, as a matter of fact. Obviously, I don't know if that's really in Edge's peripheral. I mean, that's literally what Christian wanted out of Edge. He wanted them to go for the tag team titles. It'd be a bit of a slap in the face to Christian, as much as I can't believe I'm saying that. I think I'm coming down with a sickness, by the way, so if I sound a little bit crappy in this, if I mute a little bit more, if I don't talk quite as much, I think I'm coming down with something. Lucky me. It was kind of inevitable because at the moment where I work, like every single fucker on earth is coming in sick, and they're just not. There's like no remorse. There's no like, ooh, sorry that I'm contaminating everybody. Everyone's just like, ah, well, yeah, I might as well just spread the love. So that really sucks. But I might lose my voice momentarily. I do actually have some time off of work coming up around Halloween. I'm hoping to get way more of these recorded around then like I normally do. And I thought for a minute there from the white noise alone Sheamus was going to defeat Randy Orton. And an RKO, oh no, never mind. Reversed RKO. You know what would have been great if he ran into a bro kick afterwards. Call me absolutely stupid beyond belief. I think that would have been a great sequence. You know, no, to be fair though, DDTing him on the apron is way better. Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong, you're right. That does add a lot to the match. The DDT on the apron is always such a great spot. Oh, Jesus. What a huge headbutt from Sheamus.
Man, that was a vicious elbow drop. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next. The physicality.
Nice clothesline by Randy as he takes control of Sheamus and tries to strike away at him, but well, okay. Awkward exchange. Oh my God! As I say, is Sheamus really going to be satisfied with a count out? I tell you, if you're CM Punk, you've got to be grateful at the idea of Sheamus not going for your World Heavyweight Championship. That man is the longest reigning of every championship he has held. I mention a lot that he's the longest reigning World Tag Team Champion and World Heavyweight Champion, but as a matter of fact, Sheamus is also the longest reigning European Champion in history too. Every one of the 3 individual titles he's held, he holds a record for. I feel like the only reason we don't see Sheamus more dominant is that sometimes he just kind of disappears. It's not necessarily that he's not going to win. Well, on the outside, the referee's up to a count of 7. Sheamus looks like he's changed his mind about a potential count out, but Randy is back in the ring. Speaking of CM Punk, the new World Heavyweight Champion, he's in action tonight. He said that his first order of business as World Heavyweight Champion is to issue a warning shot to Chris Jericho. He said that he's going to face Chris Jericho one-on-one here tonight, Mr. Money in the Bank, and let him know what's coming his way should he choose to cash in anytime soon on the World Heavyweight Champion. And, okay, there you go. Classic running fail. Sheamus now going for the high cross on Randy. Oh, God. I think his neck just about whipped every rope on the way down. That's really unfortunate. Cover attempt here on Randy Orton. Sheamus earns himself a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And I tell you, this is going to be a very, very formidable opponent for the Big Show. He's going to be a very big deal.
Here is your winner, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
What an incredible match. That one could have gone either way.
Well, Sheamus versus the Big Show is imminent. It is coming, and it will be for the Intercontinental Championship. That much we can now confirm. Later on tonight, we'll see if Bret Hart can knock off the Big Show to potentially earn him an edge, an opportunity at the World Tag Team Championship. What a win here tonight for the Great White.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, Syxx and Curt, Hennig, the new World Order.
Let this be a reminder that these guys are no longer considered a part of the New World Order. If they win or lose tonight, it will not go into the win-loss record of that group. They have been kicked out by the New World Order, the elite side of that, the trio over on Raw. after failing to succeed. They seem to not be wanting to let go. I mean, the exact wording from the NWO's leader, Hulk Hogan, was, do whatever you want, I don't give a damn. Wear the shirts, call yourself that. The fact of the matter is, you are not a part of the New World Order, and we will not acknowledge anything you do going forward as a part of this group. They have been kicked to the curb, as they have failed to pick up any wins, and we're looking at two guys right now that are very much at the bottom of the SmackDown rankings. And here tonight we've got a very interesting initiative started over the next few weeks. Their opponent here tonight, this man, Robert Scorpio, is going to be competing in some tag team matches over the next few weeks, that is.
And their opponents first, from the United Kingdom, Robert Scorpio.
There's no saying who his opponents are going to be, but Mr. Scorpio here has decided that he wants to see if he can become a contender for the Tag Team Championship down the line. He says, I'm a former World Tag Team Champion. It's been a long time since my despicable reign as Tag Team Champion that I'd sooner forget about. But over the coming weeks, I want to find myself a new tag team partner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be coming out here every week or every other week or so on, competing in these tag team matches with no build partner, no plan, and I'm just going to let people take this opportunity to maybe get themselves in the spotlight as well, maybe become a tag team partner of him. Whatever happens, happens. Robert Scorpio is welcoming the idea of a brand new tag team partner here tonight, and we're going to get that first attempt at a tag team partner. And it's going to come down to what you think of the people who step up and team with him. Well, this is an interesting one.
And his tag team partner, from El Paso, Texas, weighing 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
Well, bear in mind this is only the first instance of this happening. There will be many other occasions, Scorpio says, where he'll be trying out tag team partners, but what he wants you to do is kind of leave, like, not a review, so to speak, but your opinion of how these two mesh as a team. And this is going to be something that's going to be under review over the next few weeks. He's going to compete in these tag team matches. He's going to work alongside someone and basically just take some feedback and obviously personal feelings into account. And we may get a new tag team on SmackDown for Scorpio and someone else. It's going to be very interesting. And I gotta say, Eddie Guerrero is a surprising first attempt to compete here in this. His history with Rey Mysterio is not exactly pretty. Not the greatest track record to go off of, showing what Eddie's capable of as a partner, but, I mean, he is a good competitor. I don't know how well these two will mesh as a team, though. And can I just say, I may be overthinking this a little bit, but it seems to me that perhaps the only reason Eddie's even out here teaming with Scorpio tonight is because Scorpio beat Rey last week, and I can see Eddie liking that. Well, as I said before, this is the first attempt at competing in a tag team. Obviously, Syxx and Curt Hennig here tonight, taking a bit of personal offense to the fact that they're being used as kind of testing dummies for Scorpio and his new tag team partners to fight against. I guess that's their opportunity tonight to try and pick up a win, though. They've got to look at it on the bright side of things. Whether or not they choose to is up to them, I guess. But there is a positive to be taken from this. It does get them on the spotlight a little bit, too. I mean, who do you guys think would be a good tag team partner for Scorpio? That's the real question. Do you think Eddie is the right guy? Or, I mean, obviously it's too early to tell. He hasn't even been tagged in. But who else, if anyone, do you see on the SmackDown roster that would be a potential good partner for Robert Scorpio? Perhaps he could try to do what Daniel Bryan did and poach someone from NXT. Is there anyone down there that would make for a good partner? Maybe. The thing about that one is he'd have to commit to that. If he got a tag team partner from down in NXT, much like Daniel Bryan with Bryce Walker, well, that's a done deal from there. You can't just take someone from NXT for 1 week only. Jawbreaker. I'm going to say, actually, by the way, this is the first week in a while we haven't seen Fandango in action since making his SmackDown debut. He's been on a roll, but not tonight. We won't be seeing him in action. There wasn't any room for it. You know why there wasn't any room for it? Because up next we got one of the greatest matches of all time John Cena set the face off against Ryback. He's going to send the fans home happy, I'm sure. Funny, you could put him through a table.
Nothing pretty about that. If you didn't know why Syxx is so dangerous, now you know. Oh, Syxx is, he's got him covered.
The number 6 can be pretty dangerous. It's got that curved bit, it's got that big pointy bit at the top. You don't want to mess with the number 6, I'll tell you now. It is dangerous, he's right. Tonight is a very important night, though, for one superstar in particular, and that is CM Punk. Now, you might have been, like me, rejoicing in the historical moment that was CM Punk successfully defeating Bret Hart for the World Heavyweight Championship. Which, by the way, Bret Hart's comments on losing to CM Punk is that he says he has a lot of respect for CM Punk winning. This is all Bret Hart wanted to achieve as a World Heavyweight Champion. He wanted to be a fighting champion. He wanted to defend that championship as often as possible, and he wanted to lose it to someone that he felt truly deserved it and would carry that thing with pride and honor. And he feels as though CM Punk is someone who is going to do exactly that. CM Punk then immediately got into a fight stage. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So, we should be very interested to see what happens with CM Punk as World Heavyweight Champion. But as I said before, tonight, this is very much do or die. You know, was it just the adrenaline running that managed to get him through that match with Bret Hart? Is now that he's World Heavyweight Champion, is he going to get too complacent? And is he going to perhaps suffer at the hands of Chris Jericho? You know, if Jericho beats Punk tonight, there is no stopping Jericho from just grabbing his briefcase and cashing in on an already beaten Punk. Someone he already beat. He can beat Punk in non-title action and then back that up by cashing in on him right afterwards. And I hope Punk realizes what he signed up for by getting Jericho into this match with him tonight. Well, I've got to say, so far, it feels like ever since Scorpio tagged Eddie in, Eddie has very much taken the spotlight away from what this match was supposed to be about, which was about establishing a new tag team, perhaps. Nonetheless, he's doing a good job against Curt Hennig right now. Scorpio taking out Syxx. Is this going to be the end of the match? The three amigos and... wow. Never mind.
This one continues to go back and forth. This combination of ground and air attacks are what helped make Eddie Guerrero
ooh, big spinning heel kick. Bit of a clumsy fight in the corner going on now.
But if you missed any of the matches from this week, go to WWE.com.
Don't do that.
Catch up on all the action.
No, you won't find any of them there. Go to youtube.com. Just JJ Wrestling. And literally just go watch the other episodes. Don't go to WWE.com. You won't find anything there to do with this. Nothing.
Over the last 10 years, SmackDown.
No, I don't even know who the hell they'll be talking about on there. Those people aren't. I don't know. Maybe I'll AEW it and I'll scout every single one of them 10 years past their prime.
He makes the tag. There's going to be a lot of offense in this match.
By Scorpio. Scorpio now looking for the White Tiger Bomb. Got those arms hooked. And White Tiger Bomb on Hennig. He does not hook into the pin like he normally does. That's a very questionable choice. Syxx taken back a fight against Eddie Guerrero. Is it too late? No. Hennig kicked out on his own accord, I believe.
Call your friends. Let them know what's going on right now in this awesome match.
Bryce. Beep boop 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 boop. Bryce. Mr. Walker. Right now there's a tag team match going on. It's Robert Scorpio, Curt Hennig. Hennig just botched a clothesline. And again, twice he botched the same clothesline. We're going to have to re-record this one, Bryce. It's an awesome match. There you go.
Man, this is one of those matches you just like to sit back and enjoy watching.
Snapping a takedown and a big leaping fist drop. This match has gone on a little long, guys. Come on. That's me tapping my watch. Come on. We've got 4 other matches to get through tonight, guys. Wrap it up. You've definitely showcased enough. Put them in a body bag. A little inappropriate, fan. There's... No one needs to die. Tag made here. Hennig tagged in. Goes for a strike. Oh, takes down Eddie Guerrero. Holy hell. Takes down Scorpio. What? That's the second time in the last week that I've seen one of those succeed. And I never thought I'd make it this far. Elbow drop to the back of Eddie Guerrero. It has been so physical. And into the NWO's corner. Is it over? No. It's never over. It will never end. This match will be going until sometime that's very far in the future. Cover attempt here on Eddie Guerrero, and that's another breakup pin there by Syxx. Thank you, Syxx. Hennig now. Hooking the leg of Eddie. Perfect plex. Is it over now? Scorpio coming in. He breaks it up. How long has Eddie been in this ring for? Has Scorpio been... No, Scorpio wasn't at one point. He went to do a white tiger bomb. He did a white tiger bomb. It's just that he didn't hook. He didn't go for the cover. Because why would you? I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical. This match has fizzled out. This has lost its appeal. It's official. Once a great spectacle, now a little overdone. Cover attempt here. Is this going to be a victory for Syxx? No, of course not. Don't be silly. And Eddie. Syxx now. Break back, make humble. Is this going to be the win? Yep, of course it is. It's season 4. Eddie Guerrero forced to submit. Broke that back, made him humble. Well, I'll be damned. The NWO actually won one. Well, I think it's safe to say Scorpio is probably not going to want to team with Eddie in the foreseeable future. They didn't work that great as a tag team. In fact, I feel like Eddie really hogged the spotlight in this tag team match, and that kind of come back to bite him in the end. But a big win for the NWO Blue. Sorry, I guess they really need a new name, really. But maybe the Outcasts would be a good name. They're definitely not part of that group anymore. But anyway, they are victorious as we move on. Up next, John Cena and Ryback. What a dream. That's a little delayed. Wake up!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sin City, weighing 291 pounds, Ryback.
So there's a huge opportunity for Ryback here tonight. He's up against the multi-time WWE champion. Obviously, this is an important match for John Cena as well, as he looks to pick up a win in what has been kind of an interesting little sequence in John Cena's career right now, where he doesn't really seem to be able to build a lot of momentum for himself. He seems to be kind of in a purgatory state right now. He couldn't get those wins over Sheamus. He couldn't get in contention for the World Heavyweight title. What's next for Cena? Maybe a win over Ryback.
Approaching the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, John Cena.
John Cena charging on down to the ring. The time is now. It's the franchise. Would you say he's shining now? Maybe not. Anyway, John Cena never held the World Heavyweight Championship. Right now, that's definitely not in his peripheral. I mean, I'd say he's at least got to be in the top 10 ranks of SmackDown. I Don't currently have access to those to actually confirm or deny that, but I think he should be up there for sure. But is he potentially going to get a major win over Ryback here tonight? That is the question.
I'll do my best to keep the King's commentary unbiased, but I can't make any promises.
Coal miners.
I'll do my best to try to not punch you in the face. I won't make any promises either.
Punch him in the face. Ah, that's so funny. Oh my god. Hilarious.
Look at these two jockey for position.
Okay. 2 types between these two.
He's got him up.
And scoop slam by the Ryback.
I have a strong feeling that these guys will throw
You know who I think would make a great tag team partner for Ryback? I mean, on the subject of tag teams, whilst we're talking about, like, you know, Scorpio looking to try out a tag team. I mean, SmackDown is definitely quite flush for tag teams, I think. No, sorry, that's a Raw that's got quite a lot of tag teams. Actually, SmackDown's very short on tag teams, to be fair.
You can see the pain shoot through this superstar's body off that slam.
Do you know what I think would be a great partner for Ryback? He very much fits the same kind of energy that Ryback carries. You get what I mean when I say it, right? The Ultimate Warrior. I feel like those two would have a blast together.
A great reversal by Cena. Each of these competitors is
Clothesline by Cena to Ryback.
weakness in the other.
This isn't necessarily the biggest opportunity for either one. Well, actually, I'd say for Ryback, this is a pretty big opportunity. Just for Cena, maybe not so much. Truthfully.
A thunderous Irish whip into the barrier.
But, you know, a match is still a match, and obviously there can be a very important victory for either one of these two here tonight. For Ryback, this would be about, I'd imagine, getting his career a little bit more back on track. I said before, Season 3, his debut year, he did great. Fantastic win-loss record, but this season things definitely went very downhill for Ryback. And he just doesn't seem to quite be able to find his footing anymore here on SmackDown. Maybe what he needs is the draft. Still got like another 5 to 6 months until the draft though, so let's not get too excited about the idea of that. Of course, Survivor Series comes your way next month. Very much looking forward to that, when Raw and SmackDown go head to head. Always a good time.
And there's the elbow. He's got him up.
Scoop slam by Ryback, and John Cena shoots back up to his feet, and now he is going crazy with those punches. Up next, Triple H looks to try and continue his quest for revenge against those that wronged him back at Night of Champions. The Coalition, the group of Damian Sandow, JBL, and Scott Steiner. And last week he lost to Scott Steiner, surprisingly. This week he faces off against JBL. We'll see if Triple H can maybe build back up a little bit of momentum, or if he's going to continue to slip. Huge meat hook clothesline by Ryback. Imagine this, Ryback beating John Cena. You might not have to imagine it for long. That clothesline connect... Oh, never mind. Never mind at all. Forget what I was saying. Looks like we've got a very full show here tonight on SmackDown. As we tend to do. You can always count on SmackDown to deliver. Love that SmackDown beef. Ooh. Nice hip toss. And Cena now perfectly positions Ryback in for the 5-knuckle shuffle. You can't see me. Cena measuring. Cena actually doing the full sequence. Scoops up Ryback. And attitude adjustment connecting. Cena could win it. Now let's not get too carried away here. Ryback down to the mat. And Cena picks up the victory to send the crowd home happy. That's the line. That's what happens when he faces Ryback. I've seen this type of thing before. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Well, at least one superstar is happy that this one's over. You said it. The only good thing for him is that
Well, John Cena picking up a win over Ryback here tonight. And that's a big, big win for Cena. Continuing to maybe gain a little momentum. Well, I say continuing. Gaining some momentum. As he defeats Ryback here tonight. And we now move on. to our next match as Triple H faces off against John Bradshaw Layfield.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the coal miners from New York City, John Bradshaw Layfield.
So it turns out there's just a glitch in this game where, like, if you put them as the Coalition, it will say the coal miners. I double checked that they are definitely down as the Coalition, so I might just remove their coal name because they're not the fucking coal miners. Anyway, JBL coming out of the ring here tonight. He looks to pick up a very important victory for him. I'd say a kind of somewhat of a disgraced former WWE champion. JBL has really fallen off hard since losing that championship to The Rock at WrestleMania earlier this year. Hard to believe that was this year. Probably because it wasn't. When I uploaded it, it was probably more like this time last year. Somewhere around then. No, that was definitely 6 months ago. No, it hasn't taken me forever to get through this season. You can't prove that. Yeah, JBL's championship reign feels like an eternity ago. I gotta be honest, I don't feel like he's been very strong since losing that title. Well, it is time to play the game, guys. Not before a 2-minute long entrance. Time to play the game when it's convenient. And it will be soon, just not now. So first he's got to spit water. And walk very slowly. Very important.
And approaching the ring from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing 255 pounds, the Jericho.
That's the guy, Triple H, everybody. The former World Heavyweight Champion. The former WWE Champion. I mean, okay, maybe talking about him being WWE Champion is a little bit of ancient history at this point. He hasn't held the WWE title since the beginning. He was the first ever WWE Champion. Why did I forget that for a minute? Something in me just went, that's not right. Triple H wouldn't be the first champion. Yes, he is. Well, tonight he looks to knock off Johnny Bradshaw Layfield. Can he do it? I would say probably, given JBL's track record. But you never know. Last week he took a very shocking loss to Scott Steiner. I don't mean any disrespect to Scott Steiner, but that is definitely the biggest career win so far for Scott Steiner, is what I'm saying. And in that sense, it was definitely a shock to see. All about control. Come on, wrap it up, buddy. So here we go. JBL, Triple H, 1-on-1. Bold H. One in the same, man. Shut up. Shut up. You already said that.
Who's going to get the advantage and maintain control? He was one step ahead on that one.
Gonna try my best now. Punch you in the face.
Quick thinking to avoid that.
I have an extra bit of disdain for Jerry Lawler right now because I just got through Survivor Series 94 in my watching thing I'm doing. Well, if you don't know about Jerry Lawler's match at Survivor Series 94, do yourself a favor, never watch it. Never watch any of Raw from late 94, honestly. They were going through a very bad time. Don't do that to yourself. I did. I'll continue to do that to myself, but don't. This is me taking a bullet for you, saying don't do it to yourself. It is not good. I mean, Bob Backlund's heel run was pretty good. I get the feeling that's about to fizzle out now, but that was pretty good. You know, Bret's been pretty good. I've liked Michaels and Diesel. There's been some highlights. It's just like Jerry Lawler and his rivalry with Doink is definitely not a highlight. And it takes up a lot of TV time.
The tension, the drama. This is electric. Elbow drop.
JBL managing to keep control of Triple H so far. And, you know, there is a huge difference between JBL and Triple H that kind of puts Triple H down. But, I mean, it's the truth being told. And that is that JBL does hold a much better reign in his history than Triple H as WWE Champion. Triple H may have been the first guy to hold the WWE title, but JBL had the record of longest reign before The Rock recently broke it. Rock down near 200 days. I think he will pass 200 days by Hell in a Cell. There's actually coming up a week skip coming up. The way the calendar aligned, there'll be a skipped week. Not that it will matter like massively. It's just if you notice like a bump, if anyone even looks at the wiki, if you notice a bump in like people's reigns where they got like 2 weeks instead of 1, it's because there was a week skip that happened. That's why. The week skip is, I think it's going to be the week of Hell in a Cell, because there was actually a 5 or 6 week build. I can't remember which one it is. It's one that doesn't fit into the game's calendar, and rather than me trying to force it in, I'm just going to take that as like a just skipping that week. It's just 1 week, and it's over. Triple H picking up a victory over JBL. Keeping it short and sweet, thankfully, because this is a very, very long episode. So I do appreciate that. Everybody say thank you to Triple H.
What an incredible match.
Well, Triple H continues to pick up important victories. You know, if you ignore last week and the match against Bret Hart, then he continues to pick up important victories. A win over JBL here tonight, and Triple H has laid down the challenge for Hell in a Cell. He said, me and Damien Sandow one-on-one in a steel cage. I want to see that happen. I want to see that happen. That's me speaking. That's not me quoting Triple H. I want to see that happen. Damien Sandow. Can you imagine him locked inside a cage with Triple H? He's begging for his life. Anyway, up next, Big Show and Bret Hart, two of the very best SmackDown has had this past season, go one-on-one for the first time. Imagine if Bret can make the Intercontinental Champion and World Tag Team Champion, the Big Show, tap out. Well, you may not have to imagine for much longer.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Listen to this WWE Universe.
Well, here he comes, the Hitman, former World Heavyweight Champion, still in high spirits after losing the World Heavyweight title. In fact, he says that he has a lot of respect for CM Punk, as I said before, and he's happy that when he lost the championship, it was to Punk. Not something you hear too often, but Bret Hart coming out here in good spirits after losing the World Heavyweight Championship. To be fair, how can this guy be in bad spirits, right? This guy has 20 victories in this season alone. He has done so incredibly well for himself this season. It would be messed up to ever feel down as the Hitman, I'm going to be honest. He's got a lot to be proud of, even in his loss. You know, he may have only had the championship for 33 days. I think he defended the World Heavyweight title, 5 to 6 times in those 33 days? An unheard of record from Bret Hart. He doesn't hold the record for the most defenses, I don't think, but my God, what a fighting champion he was from start to finish, and he's very proud of his accomplishments. And here's a title he was also a fighting champion with, as a matter of fact.
Approaching the ring, standing 7 feet tall, weighing 441 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion and
Such an imposing force, the Big Show, the first man to pass 70 overall career victories. I have a feeling this man will be the first to pass 100 career victories, which he's not too far from when you think about it. 70, he's a majority of the way there. If he keeps picking up win after win after win like he is at the moment, he'll get to that record way quicker than you might be thinking. Big Show has said that to him this is an entertaining thought here tonight against Bret Hart because he's about to show us all that had Big Show decided to go for every championship on SmackDown, he could have been holding the World Heavyweight title as well. I guess, God, are they really going to say that punch you in the face line every single match? Obviously, Big Show's tag team partner Chris Jericho holds a Money in the Bank briefcase for the World Heavyweight Championship, due to be cashed in by the next Money in the Bank event next year. Got quite a long time on that contract still. He wants to keep it played out. I've got to say, both him and Cesaro have been very reluctant to cash in their briefcases so far, but I guess when the champions are, well, were Bret Hart and The Rock, you got two incredible fighters there. Jericho's strategy may have gone out the window, as he had said on occasion that he was enjoying watching Bret Hart wear himself thin fighting for that championship every single week. Now that he's not the champion anymore, Punk has said that although he has a lot of respect for Bret Hart, he does think that it's foolish to defend the championship every single week. And so Punk will not be doing that himself. I have to agree with Punk, truthfully. I think that was a really risky move on Bret Hart's part, constantly defending the championship. And obviously that did come back to bite Bret. Can't deny that. It's funny because he's big. Belly to belly by Bret. Incredible strength on display. You know, this is about Edge as well here tonight at Bret facing off against Big Show. That we saw Edge challenge for the Intercontinental Championship last week on SmackDown, and he got absolutely decimated at the hands of the world's largest athlete, the Big Show. He did not stand a chance. And Bret wants to really maybe motivate Edge a little bit. I don't know. I don't really know what the goal is there. You can say it's in revenge for Edge, but what does that really mean, truthfully? Big right hand across the face of Bret. Big Show can be so vicious, especially when he walks on you. Nothing quite like the weight of the Big Show across your chest. Terrified of the day that does some serious damage to someone's ribs. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on the Big Show. Who else but Bret, huh?
What a great match we have here on Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, his spine bending and cracking from that backbreaker. Oh, what an elbow!
They're trying to come in hot. Big Show with a good block.
These competitors have given it everything they have.
I gotta say, I do feel like this was a must-see match, and not that long ago, I feel like this would have main evented a SmackDown. I feel like if it weren't for Big Show holding the championships he's already been holding, as a matter of fact, I think this absolutely would have been a title match we would have seen down the line. I don't know if Bret could survive Big Show. He's doing alright so far, and this is definitely going to help wear Big Show out. Smart move by Bret. You may not endorse this kind of action, but you know what? It's a smart way to slow down the Giant. Sharpshooter on the ring post. He can't get a submission from that. Doesn't need one. It's not what that was about. Bret now. What is he looking to do? Bret. We're going to take Big Show out of commission here. A spear through the barricade. Bret, you doing okay? Not acting very Bret-like. Bret, not normally one to settle for a count out, but that's good. He's not going to. Big Show back in the ring, and Bret. Okay, I think he's going to take him back outside the ring again. Backbreaker.
He was one step ahead on that one.
Roll-up attempt here by the Hitman. Oh. Of course, Bret, no stranger to the Intercontinental Championship. Again, just like the World Heavyweight title, he had a great fighting champion run as Intercontinental Champion. Something, honestly, I gotta say, whether he likes the Big Show or not, he has honored that kind of history of the Intercontinental Championship. We've seen a lot of great defenses from the Big Show as Intercontinental Champion. Now Bret applying the submission hold. Is he going to force a submission? What? Well, perhaps we should be talking about Bret Hart being in contention for the Intercontinental Championship. He said he wanted a shot at the World Tag Team titles for him and Edge, and well, there's Edge now. He removed all of his tattoos for one night, but there he is. Oh no, he's still got them. Never mind. Edge celebrating with the Hitman. That is a beautiful, beautiful face from Bret as he defeats the Big Show and undeniably earns a World Tag Team title opportunity for him and Edge. Huge win here tonight. Well done. Alright, it is main event time here on SmackDown. Can Jericho find better success than his tag team partner Big Show just did after being tapped out by the Hitman Bret Hart? Bret defeating the Intercontinental Champion, something that has rarely been done. Big Show is very much the untouchable part of Jericho.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 231 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Jericho.
A World Tag Team Champion versus World Heavyweight Champion. There is no telling if Chris Jericho would cash in tonight against CM Punk. He very well could. We could be looking at another dual champion on SmackDown in possession of the World Heavyweight and World Tag Team Champion, much like his partner Big Show, the Intercontinental and World Tag Team Champion. That is very much a possibility, and it could start tonight. Punk is fresh off the back of a World Heavyweight Championship win. A lot of people weren't expecting, I don't think anyone was expecting Punk to actually defeat Bret Hart last week. There's no telling what kind of state Punk's in, whether that was a surprise win for a number of reasons, being that Bret Hart was just worn out. Punk was the better competitor. You know, Punk was riding off of a lot of momentum. No one knows the exact explanation. There's no way of telling what it is that helped Punk pick up that win. Perhaps he just was the better man. There's no saying. One thing's for sure, though. CM Punk is the World Heavyweight Champion, at least for tonight.
And approaching the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 222 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion,
And what a sight it is. CM Punk in front of his hometown crowd last week on SmackDown defeated Bret Hart in a shocking victory to become World Heavyweight Champion. Now he comes out here tonight, his first night finally holding the gold. Punk has been pursuing that championship since 2009. As a matter of fact, I believe he's only ever been on the same brand as the Big Gold, believe it or not. He's never been on the same brand as the WWE Championship, to my knowledge. I believe, yeah, he started out here on SmackDown when he got drafted to Raw with Randy Orton, who was the champion at the time. They obviously remained on Raw until last season, where I believe Punk... I don't actually know where Punk was last season. Oh no. I'm pretty sure he's always been in pursuit of this title, though, and now he finally has it. I feel like I gotta break my rule. I normally try not to double up on like people being in the thumbnail, but I feel like we gotta have a CM Punk World Heavyweight Champion thumbnail for this episode of SmackDown. And you gotta notice the homage paid to the former champion here tonight in the outfit by CM Punk. Punk has a lot of respect for Bret Hart. The respect is mutual. And I do believe they want to cross paths again in the future. It's just that Bret Hart feels his time right now isn't there for the World Heavyweight Championship anymore. He feels that it's CM Punk's time to thrive. And he still says that with Hell in a Cell looming, No better time for CM Punk to really prove how much he's overcome his obstacles, I should say, than for him to defeat
CM Punk using those versatile feet.
than for him to defeat Randy Orton inside Hell in a Cell. A match Randy Orton, I'd say, made famous in this universe with his first ever WrestleMania main event victory over The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. Orton currently banned from the World Heavyweight Championship, but Bret is advocating that Orton gets a one-off opportunity. That could be all Orton needs to be World Heavyweight Champion again, and that would really, I think, set Punk off the deep end if he was to lose that championship anytime soon. He's pursued this thing for so long. Leg drop on Jericho, and there's a kick out.
Oh, what a kick to the head. Slick move there by Jericho to reverse that. His spine
Backs the back now.
cracking from that backbreaker.
Chris Jericho sending Punk into the corner. And there's a big chop across the chest, and now Jericho. Ooh. Nicely executed droop kick. And the fans split here tonight on who they support. I feel like these two have definitely crossed paths in the past. In fact, most recently, I believe it was Jericho defeating Punk not long before Money in the Bank, which Punk ended up also losing to Jericho at. And that's what brought Jericho to his current possession of the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's another two guys that call themselves the best in the world.
This has been a great matchup. Well, as you can see, the voices of the voiceless.
The voices of the void. Maxwell. Big takedown there by Chris Jericho. Cover attempt here on CM Punk. And very quick kick out there. You got to believe Punk's got a lot more fight in him. And the thing is, this guy's going to be riding such a huge high right now.
And this has got to be it.
Fresh off the back of becoming World Heavyweight Champion.
Jericho reverses it. He swung wild with that one. And there he goes, crashing to the floor.
Once again, these two find themselves on the outside. You know what I really like about Bret Hart? The way he took out Big Show earlier tonight. We know there's going to be no involvement from Big Show here tonight. That's going to help prevent that cash-in from potentially happening. As obviously, even if Jericho was to lose, well, you can't tell me he's not the kind of guy to rely on the Big Show coming out and taking out Punk.
A big-time miss. And that one hit with the force of a big rig. The wicked tendencies of Chris Jericho again rising to the top. Jericho
Back and forth between these two.
Chris Jericho is on the wrong end of an offensive campaign. Simply put.
Ooh, nice reversal by Chris Jericho. Very creative. Swung around the leg of Punk and caught the chin just in time to send him slamming down to the mat. And now Jericho showing us some of his moves. Uh-oh. Chris Jericho going in for the walls of Jericho. CM Punk locked in. And now this is where things become troublesome, especially with our referees. They have a real tendency to stop the superstar from reaching the ropes. But Punk getting past. And I think he just about got the ropes there. Is it too little too late? Code breaker. Uh-oh. Code breaker on CM Punk. Has Chris Jericho just defeated the World Heavyweight Champion? No, not even close. And CM Punk, oh, scooping Jericho up straight off the back of a code breaker. Jericho scooped up into a go to sleep. CM Punk in the cover. He's got Jericho down, and he beats Mr. Money in the Bank. Chris Jericho, CM Punk with a victory on his first night as World Heavyweight Champion. You're gonna love to see it. Was it? I would not trust this if I were you, Punk. Jericho. Well, I mean, okay, that's it, but I'll watch your back. Just because he's playing nice tonight, that doesn't mean he always will. He's got that briefcase. I've seen this before with The Miz and Stone Cold Steve Austin a couple years ago. I know you do not trust a handshake from Mr. Money in the Bank. Well, anyway, that's it for tonight's SmackDown. I'll see you guys this Monday on 2 weeks to go till Hell in a Cell.